What's up, guys? It's Thurston. So we got a bunch of new information on Delta Force, the new game that's coming out this year. Looks pretty cool, so I'll give you a quick little breakdown of everything they mentioned. Won't waste too much of your time. Let's get into this. So the first thing to discuss was their gameplay update. It's a classic Delta Force multiplayer experience for those who've played Delta Force before. They're going to have two game modes, one being Havoc Warfare, which is an immersive battlefield experience that, you'd come to expect with, flying bullets, explosions, tanks, air vehicles. They're saying previous Delta Force players will have a very nostalgic experience for those who have played it before. The other mode is Hazard Operations, which is an extraction style mode, sort of similar to Tarkov, I guess it seems. They're going to have two maps in the upcoming test, one being Laley Grove, which is a map I believe they had in the previous test. They're also going to have a new map called Zero Dam. I believe that both these maps will be available in both game modes. However, they didn't really specify that. They also mentioned they're adding more content from the previous tests, such as more hidden loot, valuable supply crates scattered across the map. They also showed this cool part where a guy is entering a code into a keypad. I guess you may have to source codes in order to get into what seems to be like underground vaults, where I'm assuming they're going to have valuable supplies and stuff. Looks pretty cool. They also mention a new boss and potential Easter eggs. They didn't go into a lot of detail about that, so we're going to have to wait and see. They go on to talk about weapons. They're introducing 16 new guns. I don't know if that is 16 additional from their previous test, but to have 16 guns in a, alpha test is quite a bit and pretty awesome. Along with 60 attachments that they're going to be adding. You can see they show in the video where there's multiple attachment locations. You can move your attachment, say your grip, you can move it up and down the barrel. They really showed a lot of cool stuff when it came to weapons. They also mentioned there's going to be a weapon inspection feature, and they're also improving weapon performance. There's also a new operator that we'll talk more about in a bit. They also went on to speak about the technical update and game clients, because everybody is going to be playing on different devices, including mobile. I guess they had received a lot of questions about people being concerned whether this was just going to be a mobile version game that they're porting to PC. They basically assured us that they're optimizing this for all devices, not just high-end machines. They actually went to specify a GTX 1060 will be able to run the game smoothly during the upcoming test. And they're actually lowering the device requirements for this upcoming test. Whereas the previous test was mainly focused on gameplay, they're going to put a little more focus in optimizing it on multiple devices. So that's really awesome. They mention a focus on FPS and good frame rates in the back-end development. So obviously your FPS is going to, fall victim to what type of card you have, how high-end a machine you have, but at least they are focusing on, trying to get the best out of, multiple different devices. So that's really cool as well. What's also really awesome is they mentioned CPU and network performances of their servers. So they're basically going to prioritize selecting the fastest and closest server to you to optimize network latency. So that is really cool. You want to have a smooth running game. You don't want to have lag. So I'm super happy they're focusing on that. Then one of the biggest things they talked about is their anti-cheat and how they're going to fight against it. So they've developed an anti-cheat called Fog of War, which is going to prevent cheating such as wall hacking and aimbotting. They didn't go into too much specifics about it. However, it seems that it doesn't allow you to see through any objects, which is pretty wild. So hopefully that works out good, because we all know cheating is awful. They also discuss a little bit about their AI and NPCs. Seems they put a lot of focus in the movement system. So the movement and fluidity of characters and players looks like it's going to be pretty smooth, and they spent a lot of time on it. So it looks really awesome as well. They then showed us the game art. They discussed large focus on visualization. They went on to discuss texture details they're working on, the density and placement of props, new color variations, the realism of vegetation. They mentioned improving the lighting to give more of a battlefield war atmosphere, including, damaged shell craters in the ground, more traces of combat to give it a more worn-torn sort of feeling. They also say there's going to be a visual aspect like wear and tear marks on weapons and vehicles. That sounds pretty cool. It would be really neat if those actually sort of progressed as the map went on and the battle, kept going, to see new damage happening, obviously around the map, but yeah, on, players and vehicles. That would be really cool. They talk about the operators all being unique in having their own facial expressions, unique personalized animations, especially with their specialized weapons that they use. They talk a bit about the improvements they've done on weapons as for, the metallic sort of shining in the sun. So the game's looking really cool. They've done a lot of work on the, the art in this game. So I'm really excited to see this when we finally get hands on. And that was about it. They give us a little production update at the end, just mentioning, there is upcoming tests and to stay tuned for those. They discussed how they're working hard and they're doing their best to stay on track for a 2024 release, which is super exciting. So all in all, just really excited for this game. If you guys want to stay tuned and stay in the loop on more information, by all means, go to their website, join the Discord. There's a lot of people discussing it there. Really appreciate you guys watching this video. If you could hit a subscribe button for me, that'd be great. Otherwise, do nothing at all. My name is the Thurston13, and I am out.